Let's have at it, Mountaineer fans. West Virginia University football team is on spring break. The coaches are trying to organize and still evaluate uh, the players as they go on spring break for the week. But there's another hot story in Morgantown that keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's the Darien Devries story. You've had a lot of West Virginia podcasters talking about the foolishness about conspiracy theories about what Darien DeVries was doing, whether he was putting in the effort at the end of the season if he knew he was going to Indiana. Well, I don't think that's where the focus should be. The focus should be on the players that were left behind at West Virginia University. We keep talking about the portal, and there's a lot of people still against unfettered free agency for the players. But you see now why I am a proponent of unfettered free agency and that players should get paid because of situations like this. If a coach can get up and leave and have unfettered free agency, which they've had over decades in the NCAA, making millions and millions of dollars, while the players put in the work, then you can see the economic disparity. And then I just wonder, what did the coaching staff tell the mothers and fathers they went into their household to recruit them? I know they told them that West Virginia was almost heaven, that there was great things at West Virginia, the facilities, and that they were ready to build a program at West Virginia University. Why is nobody talking about the players and their families? What about the mothers and fathers that heard the news? Did anybody call them and ask them how they felt about it? See, we have a disconnect. It seems like the coaches can leave for bigger and brighter things and get the money and get economically enriched, but the players have to sit there and bear the burden of the stress and making decisions when they were sold on the program in coming to West Virginia University under Darien DeVries. So I don't want anybody telling me that players should not have unfettered free agency. And hopefully in April, when the judge pounds the gavel on the settlement, we will finally get a profit-sharing arrangement between the Power Four institutions and the players. Now, economically, is it enough for the players? That's yet to be determined. We'll see when the numbers come out. And then there's collective bargaining right around the corner, and there's also issues about whether college athletes are going to be employees or independent contractors. There's a big difference. And whether universities are going to be held responsible for withholding taxes if you're an employee. Right now, there's no responsibility because it's going to be a profit-sharing arrangement based upon NEAL. So they're going to finally get compensated. But the best system, and I've said it over and over again, for the players is to get into a profit-sharing arrangement, put a cap on NEAL just for university projects, or kill it altogether. And the players are free to go out and negotiate endorsement deals with other companies at arm's length or local companies around the university. But anyway, this should be about respecting the players' families and the players themselves and respecting the game. But we keep hearing Darien DeVries. No, he's already been enriched. And he's a good coach, and Ren Baker did a great job in bringing him to West Virginia University. And West Virginia had a great year in basketball for a first-year team under a first-year coach. So he did his job, and Ren Baker is out there doing it again, getting ready to make a hire. On Monday, the portal does open up for basketball players for the next 30 days. You heard it here. for the next 30 days, the portal opens up and you're going to have player movement in basketball, especially with teams getting beat, and we're going to the Sweet 16 in basketball, and the teams that didn't make the March tournament, they're going to be moving. So what impact does that have on the university? Yes, I know that the university is getting $6 million back that Indiana has to pay West Virginia on a buyout. But that still is not addressing the human interest and the real impact to the players and their families. And just think about it. Neil, at this point, under this system, doesn't pay everybody for their stress and things that their families are going through. And like I said, when you step into the living room of a parent, they're looking for trust. Can they trust the people that are recruiting their sons? So what would you, follow me, Mountaineer fans and fans, college sports fans across the nation, what would you be telling the parents of these young men that are going to the university, that went to West Virginia University? What would you tell them to get them to stay and regain that trust that's been lost? And are the assistant coaches going to be back, or do they have deals, secretive deals of where they're going on to Indiana? We don't know all of that stuff. But what we do know is that young people have to make decisions about their future, their education, their ability to make money at the university, and whether they want to compete again at a high level for the university. But this is things that are glossed over. It's all about, why do the players want to have the portal? Why is there an unfettered free agent for the players? Well, Darien Devries gave you your answer. If coaches can have unfettered free agency, so can players. It's just the way the system has to be. And hopefully there will be that settlement in April so that we can get a profit sharing arrangement between the players and the institutions. And hopefully they'll consider salary caps if the Neal Collective has to exist. But I don't too much care for it, because the judge just ruled that you can use Neal money to induce players to sign with your school. And we all know the colleges and universities with the bigger payrolls are going to be able to, here again, get the better players. So I just think you should kill the Neal Collective the day that it's settled that there's going to be a profit sharing arrangement between the players and the Power Four universities and institutions. So I think that may work itself out. But for right now, there's a basketball portal that's coming up. And does West Virginia University's basketball program have to start from scratch with its players if the other players move and leave? And you can't blame them if they do leave. And that's just the nature of the sport. But coaches can enrich themselves, and athletes must enrich themselves. That's the way I see it. And that's the be frank for real factor. Look at the players. Respect the players again and their families. Respect is due, because they came to the university on trust. And what did they get? A coach leaving after 1 year. It doesn't make sense. So all those West Virginia podcasters that keep talking about Darien Devries, you're chasing the wrong story. You need to get to the human interest story. And that story is about the players that come from all over the nation to play for the university, almost heaven, West Virginia. And it's like they got sold a bill of goods. But hopefully, Ren Baker will bring a qualified coach in to coach the Mountaineers, and get it going again. As I said before, shoot and reload. So don't make the story Ren Baker. He's done his job in the athletics. Don't make the story Darien Devries because he's already been enriched. He's made his decision. The focus has got to be on the players and the hardships that they have in their families when decisions like this happen at the Power 4 level. That's all it is to it. So get the system cleaned up, address the coaches, just like you address the players when it comes to compensation, player movement, and coaches movement. So there maybe have to be a portal set up for coaches. Who knows what the system brings in 2025. You heard it here. C. Ivan Franklin at Be Frank for Real. One minority voice, one view. That's what's going on, folks. So follow it up. Let's continue to talk a little spring practice, but also respect the game and respect the players and respect their families because they've been messed over for years and years and years. And that's it. See ya!